Hello, hello. Uh, the plot thickens on this slot machine. Okay. It's a very fragile bug. So, right now, currently, I have it so that it's consistent. Pull lever, crash. However, any number of things can prevent the crash from happening. Like, a lot of different ways to actually intercept it. Minimizing the game briefly prevents the crash. Hiding the reels from view prevents the crash. Well, actually, that just crashed it even worse. So that's neat. That one just does a whole hard crash there. It's weird. It's weird. Additionally, when a room loads, it waits just a moment for the room to load, and then it checks to see if there's any grass that needs to be pre-removed. Like if you cut some grass in a room, leave and come back, the grass is still cut. And the reason it's still cut is because of this line right here that checks like, hey, check the list of grass that I've been saving and tell me which ones I need to remove. If I change the timer on this by 1/100th of a second, this timer that comes before removing the cut grass, then the crash is gone. Now, obviously, that is not the way to fix the problem, because if that small of a change can remove the crash, then surely that small of a change can re-add the crash. No. Because, let's say, for instance, that your car starts exploding whenever you try to get the engine to turn over. But you find that as long as the radio, you find, oh wait, if I change the radio dial to the next station over, it doesn't explode. I don't trust that car to not explode from turning on the windshield wipers. This is such a big crash that I really want to know why it's happening, and I'm not going to learn why, unfortunately. Hope you're doing well, Popples. The car hasn't exploded yet. It's been exploding very consistently until I change the radio station, and then it stops exploding. But that doesn't mean that the radio station was causing the explosion. That just means that there's some very delicate thing going on. No error messages, just straight up hanging. The fact that changing this timeout does something does make me very curious. It has nothing to actually do with the grass. The fact that I check for the grass 1/100th of a second later, the fact that that makes a difference means it's some very specific combination of things. But, well, let me rephrase. In this instance, it's a very specific combination, but it also means there could be an infinite number of very specific combinations. I mean, that's my current strat, Popples, is just keep making it explode. fact that changing this timer does anything is hilarious to me. If I remove the grass cutting, that it still crashes. So it's not the fact that we're cutting grass. If I remove everything here and I just leave the await statement, this makes me think it's something to do with this asynchronous stuff. Well, that one was fine, but this could be taking a while or something like that. That's a good way to do it, Popples. I mean, that if you write enough scenes that you feel pretty good about, you can just stitch them together and then you have a story. And okay, so I got really curious, and what I ended up doing is building Godot. Not a game, but building the engine from source code so that I could presumably hook into the source code's error handling and intercept the error so that I could actually see, like, why is it stopping? And when I did that, I wound up with a working copy of Godot and no error. It didn't crash. And I think it's not quite the same version. This is 4.3. The one that I built said that it was 4.3.1. So that doesn't help me a lot. So we'll see. Currently, it only happens... Currently, one of the ways I've managed to reproduce it is by starting this random rotation at a specific spot. There are 9 possibilities for each. So we're talking like 700 possibilities. I don't know how many of those 700 possibilities result in a crash. If it was just one and it was consistent, I could just say, well, don't do it. Doctor, it hurts when I do this. Well, don't do this. No, that's not good. We want to find out why. Why? It's not really a crash, is it? It's hanging. The game just hangs. And now it doesn't. Do it again. What does the game do when it breaks? Freezes. No crash, just locks up. Oh, like this. The game will no longer respond to inputs. But additionally, Godot, the wrapper, I can no longer inspect things in remote view. Not responding. No inputs. It's like it's stuck in a loop. Now, the wrapper, I can tell it to kill the process, and that works. But it totally locks the game. Which is something, you would see that similarly in an infinite loop. You would see the exact same behavior in an infinite loop. If I did this. There you go. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing an infinite loop somewhere. That's what it seems like. It's the exact same behavior, but where? Because it's not happening in this process call. I know that much. Actually, hang on. If I do this, and I look at the debugger, Okay, so now debugger is running and it's got details, but you can see that it also is not helping. So you can see like the first bit. Wait, hang on, what do we got here? Why does it know that I'm here? Okay, hang on. That might be something. Hold on. Pause execution would be huge if we're allowed to do that. I just need it to freeze. I just need it to freeze on me. We got to freeze? We've got to freeze. Pause execution. Where are you? Pause execution. Break. No. Nothing. Okay, wait, hang on. That's notable though, right? Because when we did it here, when we did our fake infinite loop, well, it's a real infinite loop. Oh, Abram, thank you for the 15 months. It's almost a year.
Slots in my family-friendly video game.
You bet. Oh no, that doesn't do it either. Okay, okay. I don't know why it gave me a breakpoint here of execution. I have no idea how that happened. Was it because I was profiling? Okay, profiler locks up. Yes, it is. Okay, so if profiler is running, then it will track where it's freezing, I guess. There we go. Come on, please, please, please. Nothing. Maybe if I try it enough times? Frame, stop. Go to the break, I tell ya. Okay, well, that was worth a shot. I've seen other people having similar issues, but no, oh, here's what it was for me. Every time I see this issue in searching, the resolution has always been, I moved things around and now it's not happening. No one has actually found out, you know, oh, it was because of this. Code hanging. Can't break. What if instead of gambling stats effects, I could gamble real money in the game? I love it. Is it trying to call a secondary function that is causing it to loop out? I wish it was as easy as that. All right, here's an idea. Here's an idea. I don't think this is gonna work, but why not? Let's add some let's sprinkle in some breakpoints. Because I think it's all these coroutines are gonna make it so that I'm not even gonna be able to find what's happening here. Game crashed. Neat. Game crashed. Game crashed again. Cool. Adding breakpoint causes game to crash. Game crashed again. Neat. That was neat. I love that. All right, so we lock and then we step. 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 1, 2. Where are we? Where are we? So what is it? Controller icons. I don't know what you're doing here, buddy, but... Okay, we're setting up camera for a dialog box. Why is the dialog box code processing right now? Item dialog box, stat overlay panel is okay. We're taking a grand tour here. There's no dialog box open. Why are you doing this? Stat overlay panel makes sense, sure. Got to update the stat overlay panels. Got to do that like 5 times because there's 5 of those. That would do it. Like just from a game developer standpoint, people don't realize that can actually cause the game to play the entirety of the B movie. Okay, there were like 7. Okay, there we go. Now we're on stat overlay panel again, running this code. I don't know why it stepped over into this. Now we're on scene manager. If notification close request, which it's not. Okay. And now we're back on, now we're on debug menu. Now we're on audio handler. Now we're on input manager. Timer manager, which is wrong. Oh, and now we made it to the slots effect. Okay. Now what? Actor base. Great. Cool. This isn't going to get me anywhere, is it? Player script. Sprite handler. Camera focus. Tongue area. Camera manager. More camera. Are there 2 cameras? Controller icons again. Dialog box. Okay, I think we've looped. And got no useful information. There's a lot of code that is getting called. All this just kind of random global stuff. UI mostly. Some for the player running around. Mystery, mystery, mystery. Okay. Hanging on a wait. Async await task freezing main thread. Okay, that's promising. 2022. Maybe. No, nothing good there. Terminate game, cancel coroutine. Freezing issue, maybe. Okay, let's see here. Okay, there's an idea. Run Godot from console. Is the way the game logs crashes different from how you're launching it here and between if it was out in production on Steam? No, it's the same code. There's nothing I do differently for the demo version than for the actual version. I mean, I guess you could argue this is a completely different code base in a Ship of Theseus kind of way. The demo version doesn't include Chapter 2 or Chapter 3. There's a lot of stuff that it doesn't include. So the code is very different, yes, but there'd be no way to reproduce this on the demo version because this doesn't exist in the demo version. All right, so let's do command line, desktop, verbose. Let's load verbose Godot. Maybe this will help give us a little bit more information. It's loading. Give it a minute. This is just a super weird issue, you know? I don't like how fragile the issue is. It makes it very difficult to figure out what the actual problem is. Because I could change any number of things, and it says, yep, oh, that fixed it. It didn't really remove the issue. It was something completely unrelated. That's really getting to me. All right. We ready? We ready? Here we go. Loading. And boom. Breakpoint. Never mind. That didn't help. Okay, hold on. From the top. I was so excited. I was like, I got an error. No, I didn't. I got a breakpoint. Nope. It's just sitting there. Nothing in the verbose log. It's just sitting there. Cool. Now, there was some way earlier I was getting an actual crash. Does anybody remember what that was? Was that me changing the timeout on this to like 0.09? That seems like the kind of thing that would definitely create a crash. It didn't crash. Nope. No luck. 0.11. Let's find out. No crash. I mean, we might get the hanging issue. Yeah, we got the hang, but no application completely closes. That's what I'm really looking for, because I don't think I'm going to get any other information otherwise. And I think the information I do get is going to be that whole, like, oh, tree exited with error code 11. And it's like, what does that mean? It's like, I don't know, good luck. Does it always hang at the same time? It seems to be about the same time, yeah. I wonder if I could add some kind of timer to test that. Here's a little one. There we go. Let's see how consistent it is. Okay, we crashed at 2.57 and a lot of decimals after that. 2.57. .22. Extremely inconsistent. No crash at all. And these are the same inputs. Now, I think I know why it would be inconsistent. 2.35. I think I do know why it would be inconsistent. It would have to do with frame rate stuff. Like, on one try, well, actually, there's an idea. What if it's number of frames? That shouldn't be it, but let's go for it. Frames can take a variable amount of time, and as a result, if the crash only happens if these two specific events happen at the same time, well then, that may not happen depending on how long the frames take. 143, frame number 143, crash, well, freeze, and 233. So a 1.5 second difference, 90 frames. 130. Great. All right, let me load it back up from not console. This is not helping me. Yeah, and a lot of those are like, oh, Desert Town is missing a material and the like. It's that ilk. You know, Desert Town that's not currently running. Invalid JSON. I love invalid JSON. Yeah, parameters that are not being used. This one is specifically for the debug menu. Node not found, which is really weird to me. So there you go. If something was really going on most of these things, it should crash immediately. Why would it take 2.5 seconds for it to realize, like, hey, you know that button that I've had loaded for 2.5 seconds? I don't think I like the look of that. All right, well. So one way that we can solve this is this queuing system. Instead of, I don't feel like this really solves it, does it? That doesn't do anything. No, you don't do that. That's not a thing, right? No. I feel like the issue has to do with awaits. This asynchronous stuff. I think. But I don't know for sure. And of course, if I remove all of this, it works, but then did that fix it, or did I just hide the problem? Actually, here's an idea. Put it in town. Put the whole thing in town. No crash. Oh, this bugs me so much. Can you imagine somebody gets to the boss of the mid-boss of chapter 3 and it just crashes? It's like, why did it crash? It wanted to go to town. I'm okay if it's just something like, oh, it only happens in isolation. I don't know is the thing. I do know that it works fine if the player is not here, but that's because the player being in the scene triggers a bunch of other stuff. So if we remove this and this, then we're pretty good. I mean, then it's going to add a player anyway, but it's fine. All right. Here's what let's do. Let's just remember that this sucks. That something was going on with the slot machine. And we don't know what, and we might never know what. But the slot machine needs some serious testing. I'm going to throw some... I don't know what I'm going to do, but I need to double check this slot machine a lot. Now let's mess it up more by arting it up. I said I was going to do this. It's a mystery bug. A Heisenbug, they call it. Once you start fiddling with things to track it down, the bug disappears. A test branch that's just the slot machine. Enjoy just a slot machine. I got an invite email for Next Fest for the summer. I mean, yeah, I probably will hook up something that will, like, queue up the fight, trigger the slot machine, and tell the slot machine exactly how to initialize, and then run that on every possible combination. No, I never solved it, Slav. We're gonna push ahead and just remember to put a lot of testing on this when it's time. Hate it. Hate it. Okay. We're gonna make something silly. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I knew what you meant, Al, and then I got onto a tangent. Well, I'm not gonna do it yet. Unless I read the details incorrectly, a game can only be in Next Fest once. So you have to kind of pick when you're doing it. I want to look at slot machine decals. I want to look really, really nicely at... Let's look at this one. Let's look at this slot machine here. All right. So it's got all this stuff, you know? Like all the, ooh, you could be a winner. Boo, 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 boo. I want to add those. And I want it to be thematic. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like yet. So let's start with some bits. If I could get like a nice... one of these. Yeah, I need some bells and whistles. I need tons of bells, oodles of whistles. Yeah, let's do this. Let's start with this. Let's start with some fun little circles. I don't want to go too honeycomb grid here, but we're going to overlay this with itself a few times, but I just need something here to start with. Because this is just going to be kind of the symbol for money in universe. I should have made these a little bit more all over the place. Do we want to give it like a little bit of... No, that's... Well... We could give it like a little bit of gradient, perhaps. Yeah, makes sense. Well, you know what? Hopefully that makes my game stand out. Bits. These are bits. Okay, so the idea is we will kind of do this kind of thing here until we have a full pile of the stuff. And this is just going to be the background of another image. Take this one and bigger. Bigger. It's looking pretty good. Really blatant. Yeah, I bet. Okay, and then the bottom layer, it's like, that was pretty good. Okay, so we've got our like, oh, win, win, win. This is probably too high quality. We're gonna have to tone this down to get it to fit properly. But this will be the base background for like most of these little panels. Now we're gonna get Slim. Right? We're gonna take Slim. Then we're gonna kind of do a little draw over on him. But like different. There we go. This doesn't have to be very good because it's going to be a lot blurrier. Posey, it's fine. Posey. Hmm? Oh, man. That Posey. She goes again. He's adorable, you see. What is it, Posey? Posey! Stop it! And then like a little bit of like
Dear Posey. Bork bork.
beautiful, beautiful. All right, now we need to get this compressed a ridiculous amount. What is this? What is this layer? Is there nothing on this layer? There's nothing on this layer. Okay, cool. Let's take this stuff here. And get this to be like pretty small here. Let me see that slot machine again. It's pretty vertical. Okay, and then we'll add some text here. What's it gonna say? Win, win, win? Okay, win is really easy. I've got my little font maker. There we go. This is silly. This is silly and I love it. He's got his own face on his attack, and I think that's really neat and silly. All right, so cool. That is the first one. PNG. Slots 1. Texturine. Slots. Add a Sprite 3D. Using slots. See, it slides right in there. It's gonna be great. Although, hold on now. Maybe? This would be nicer if this works. making it repeat is actually kind of funny. That works. I'm down with that. That's silly. That's silly enough. A little bunch of bits in the background. I like it. I like it. Okay. What would normally be on the left? It just shows a bunch of just random graphics. Oh, this is an AI generated image, isn't it? I'm just now realizing. I'm just now taking a look. It wasn't until now that I actually started looking and seeing like, okay, what do they actually have on this? Wins. Bar bar dar bar bar dar bar bar bar. Cinta Sobak Scop. Pale line. Bars and seven swins. AI, I want it in all things. Put it in everything. You need AI for this. There's no pictures on the internet of slot machines. So, okay, so this was pulled from an Amazon product. Which implies to me that there is no product you could actually get. Oh, they have another picture that is a completely different AI-generated image of a mini slot. It's a tiny slot machine. It's yay big, tall. It's very, very tiny. Oh, and here's a picture of a real person holding one. I'm sure this man is real. Oh, wow. Now, his is a little bit different. Bars and two swins, apparently. And I think there's a lobster on it, maybe? I don't know. Coin not required to play. So what does it actually look like? I'm curious. I want to see what it actually looks like. You know what? I wonder. Does it actually look like that? Does it actually say bar bar dar? No, it doesn't. It looks fine. It looks normal. I mean, it looks like crap, but... No, these are real images of people holding a better version of this. Okay. Okay. All right, I get it. I get it. So, what happened was they had a product, but didn't have good... I think they had a product, but didn't have good pictures of it. I guess? That doesn't make any sense, does it? I was thinking like, oh, they fed AI a picture of the slot machine so it could produce a Why did they do that? Like, I get they have a picture of like a man happily holding it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you take your product image and you say generate a man holding it. But like, why generate a picture of your product? Maybe they just had such a terrible picture of it. Because you can see how, like, I can see how it incorrectly interpreted the actual slot machine. It's the same text, but it's like badly kerned. So it made, it made up some details, like bar, bar, dar. But it actually does say bar, bar, bar on the real one. It looks maybe a little bit less flashy. That's so stupid. Is there a picture of a real slot machine? Like, not the modern kind. Like, something classic. No, there's just not. There's just not. It's all digital apparently now. It's just it's just Chuck E. Cheese for the elderly. All right. That's so weird. We've stumbled onto a real rabbit hole here. Oh, you know what, Slav? That's a good idea. Yeah, that could be kind of the theming of this slot machine. I went with kind of like a little anime thing here. Kind of lean on pachinko machines a bit. But there should definitely be a train across the top. But yeah, Wild West as a theme would be pretty cool. But how? A cactus. Let's make a cactus. Gold Rush, win big. Oh, you know what? That's a good name. I'm gonna use that. And by use it, I mean make it completely incomprehensible. Oh, you tell me. You get the game and then you try and piece together the puzzle. There are multiple secret languages in this game, Abram. Can you believe that? Can you believe we've done that? All right. You have to translate it to get the good ending. Yeah. I do want to kind of have some hidden plot details that don't change the game at all. Because here's the thing. You can, I'm pretty sure with Godot games, you can decompile it to a degree. I don't know the details of it, but I'm pretty sure that's doable. And so anything I do, I have to be very careful to actually put it in the game, which is a really bizarre thing. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to put Control R on. Do we want to... maybe like brighten it up a bit and then duplicate and then darken the layer underneath, but then like, yeah, like that. Maybe make this one a little bit more orangey. Duplicate this a bit. Do this. Oh, that looks pretty good. Yeah, some faux drop shadow. You know what? Instead of cactus, I think pickaxe. I think pickaxe is the way to go here. We'll reduce the size of this. Minecraft? The old creeper roulette. Okay. Yeah! That's fun. That is fun. Okay, I don't love that. The crossed. Great macaroni. Macaroni Tony, that's what they call him. Yeah, a little sparkle. The diamond is doing the mining, apparently. Hey, Liari. All right, there we go. There's our second image. This is a silly amount of work for an attack that's going to be up on the screen for all of 4 seconds. I know I keep saying that, but it keeps getting to me. No one is going to appreciate this like I will. It is impossible. This is so cute and silly. It's a little Wild West slot machine. I thought about that and I was like, what if the slot machine is an element you can interact with? Like you can attack the handle from a distance and then that does something. And then I was like, there's gonna be so much gimmicks in this fight already. It just feels like it. You know what? Let's just go all out with this fight. Let's have this fight just be full of stuff to appreciate, and it just becomes like, I don't know, something that we show off in the trailers a lot to get some value out of it. Okay, the last thing we need is the train. Oh, there it is. Hide the gear. Oh, that's part of the locomotive. Never mind. Don't bother. Okay, wait. I know a way we can fix that, though. Just go to the other side. Hide that. See, boom. That's a great image right there. Okay. Obviously, it's too big. Bring it down to like 20%. Does this work? Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. I need to edit that a little bit. You can see some, you can see a little bit of blue here and there of the outline of the, it's rust. It's rust. There we go. Can we do something to just make this look a little bit more... I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get another image editor up. Don't save changes. We're kind of done with this. All right, bring up this image. All right. So there are some things we can do with Photoshop to really art it up. That's not bad. That's not bad. And we can do some combinations of these with a little bit of work. No corporate applications. I get to build dumb systems. I get to build APIs that connect existing APIs and then sit in meetings for 4 hours with the people that made API A and API B while they argue with each other, and I just sit there like, yeah, the API A's guys call my API, which in turn calls API B guys API. So if you guys are having any errors in the middle, I'll be happy to help. But no, I don't really have anything else to add to this meeting. Sorry. You daydream of game dev. I do. The whole time I'm like, oh man, I got some good ideas tonight. I got some good ideas. Oh, these are like, no, we don't want those. I kind of like this one. It's good enough. I really love the big dark lines here. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. All right, there we go. It's quick and easy. It gets us what we need. PNG. Slots 3. This is so much dumb detail. This attack is going to be on screen for like 5 seconds. We're spending 2 nights on it. All right, new material. Beautiful, already beautiful. Okay, about like that, but then, yeah, offset it. I feel like that does need a little bit of overlay text, though, doesn't it? You know what? Maybe not. Maybe not. Because a lot of that's going to be above. Like, it's going to be way up top. You're not really going to see it much. Okay. It's dumb, it's silly, and it works. I kind of want to replace this main material a little bit, just to give it a little bit of color and texture. We've got this really nice painterly texture that we could slap on here with triplanar. It's a little too crackly, but we can mess with this a little bit. Get pretty small. Maybe if... this may not work as well as I thought it would. Wood grain cabinet. There's an idea. Make it shinier. But then give it like some kind of actual color. Like I was thinking like a bright red. Like, wow. Make it pop. Make it pop, pop, poppin'. During Dobbs' day job, he prefers to make meme videos. Look. That was G Striker's fault. You have to admit, G Strikers made a request in chat. He was very specific. He said, "Can we get GQ's stream overlaid with the Bee Gees? Staying Alive." There we go. We're getting a lot of mileage out of that failed Pokemon run. You know what? The Pokemon run's still going. It's not failed, but the failure is what makes it great. Got these memorized. Got it memorized. It's great. I should add a little bit of pitch shift. Random pitch shift so that we could just do it over and over and it doesn't get old. I want this red to be a little bit more red, a little bit less orange. Maybe a little bit brighter. A little bit more bright cherry red. Oh, that is pretty lovely. Look at these little fun little decals. Oh, it's great. Okay, the train didn't turn out great comparatively. But I can have the whole thing up a little bit higher, and it might be okay. Okay. Get rid of this stuff. We're just gonna let it fail on its own. Now we need to get the selected effect, and this is gonna be, I remember, this is gonna be a pain. Because it's not quite correct. The rotation index it's going negative, and it's weird. So the one that's actually selected, if it's 2, it's actually like this one. For index 0 index is fine. It's like I need to index negatively, and I think you can do that in Python or GDScript, whatever. It doesn't matter. So if I do this, now I have the target rotation index, and I can print target rotation index for each of these and set that to some value of results. So what do we get? Let's compare that. Oh, geez, yeah, I don't have my little test. All right, hold on. I need to have something to stand on. Oh, well, no, I can do it here. There we go. I know what that one is, I think. Oh, see, this is cute. But yeah, we will probably have it a little bit higher. Okay, shield, 2 turns, duration 3. What did we get here? Oh shoot, I've got some old log message from when we were troubleshooting. We never did figure out what was causing that hanging. I'm just gonna make it randomly do GQ stream every once in a while. All right, speed through this. All right, shield 3-2. It's very similar to what we got last time. Okay, 6-7-7. I don't like that. Defense up is here. How is that a 6? What? How do we figure that? That can't be right at all. 4? Oh, no, wait. We're going towards target rotation. Do it again. Let me look at these numbers again. Oh, it's fine. Shield again. Why do I keep landing on shield? Did I do something? Okay, what did I get this time? 6 again. Why is it indexing that way? That doesn't make any sense. All right, you know what? Set target rotation equal to 0 every time. Let's confirm that. Let's try this. Let's make it really silly. Really silly. Poison 1-1. Okay, that looks great. Poison 1-1 is in fact index 0, index 0, index 0. Okay, target rotation 1. If we land on 1. Burn 3-3. Okay, so as expected, that is the last element in the list. It's reversed. So index 0 and then we're going negative. Herm. Okay. So let's take effects, durations, potencies. Effects, durations, potencies as an array. Index into that which reel we're looking at. And then index into that negative target rotation index. I think this will actually print out the actual values, maybe. Burning 3-3. Burning 3-3. Okay, do it again. Oh wait, shoot, I have the, hold on. I have the override here. Let's try this a few times, make sure this is looking good. Burning 1-2, burning 1-2. Looks good. Whoa, breakpoint. I didn't mean to do that. Decoy 1-1. Decoy 1-1. So far, it looks like this is working. Power up for 2 turns, potency 2. Strength, 2 turns, potency 2. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Okay, yeah. Then let's have a property where we can spit our results out. Selected effect. Selected duration. Selected potency. Okay, so that's the general look of this. And then we can do 1 and 2 for durations and potencies. Selected duration, selected potency. Okay, so now it'll lock that in. We still need sound effects for this, and we still need to make the actual attack. And we need to do a final deletion of this thing. So let's say after 2.5, we're gonna do a tween. Of self. Scale. Vector 3.1 times small. Over 0.8 seconds? Sure. We'll say cubic ease in out. Okay, so that means that after it is done, it will hopefully delete itself. And then it goes away. Okay, and then after that, it's very tiny, but it's still there. So I need it to... Oh, how do you tween callback again? How do we tween callback again? There, that. Okay, and that should delete it when it finishes. And it's gone. Good. Okay, good. Next up, let's build the move. The no-armed bandit, because he's a snake, you get it. Yeah, it'll be my Wilhelm scream. Ooh, target. This is a weird one. It's all. Target is all. It affects both the enemy team and the friendly team. So we're gonna have all. So it goes to how do I do my team live filter and enemy filter, but all enemies. All enemies. I think this does it. Oh, wait, and we have to do the filter. How do we do this? Oh, I know how we do this. I think this... I don't love the assign business. Append array. Not my team, but enemy team. Only the alive ones. Sample it into Babel. There we go. Okay, so now we have all as a target type. So this affects all characters. All right, so we do slots effect as the path. Action queue. All right, we need a sprite holder. Actually, we don't. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Wait for condition. Sprite holder 0 dot selected potency greater than 0. Wait until that is done. Once it is done, then things get silly for a bit. We need to execute a function. What do you not like? Create sprite vector 3 0. Create it right in the middle. Okay, so the thing we need to do is first we need to figure out who gets affected by this. The effect is selected effect. The duration is selected duration. And the potency is selected potency. Receiving units equals ternary here. Source dot team? No, side. Side? I think it's side. Yeah, my side. It's my side if the effect, the selected effect, is positive. else, we want targets. So it's either my teammates or the targets. Unindent doesn't match the previous... Oh, this again, huh? I've seen you. I've seen you before. What do you not like? Funk? Loop? Does that help? Does that help? It's such an unhelpful error message. There's something wrong with the indentation, but it doesn't really tell me. Oh, it's this, right? That's so weird. That's super weird. Okay. Now we need to apply status. No, not apply status effect. We want to do coin flip. Here we go, like this. We're gonna do this for unit in receiving units. Cue a status effect flip from me to the unit. Coin count, duration, effect type. Coin count, duration, the effect type. That's the move. Oh, now what? There we go. Is 2 seconds long enough? 3 seconds. Let's give it 3 seconds to play out. All right. Now we add this to our enemy's repertoire. So we say that Slim now possesses a new move. And not only that, I'm going to say he is going to open with this move just so we can test it properly. It did not work. It immediately deleted itself. I don't know why. It's gone. Append all of this and then wait 3 seconds. Well, that should work. What was that? Did he not have any valid targets? Oh, there it was. I saw it. I saw it for but a moment. What? Let's get the debugging on that. The action queue. Show me the actions that are happening. Whoop. Nope. Don't show me the actions that are happening, apparently. What did I do wrong on this move? I am appending this. Print every action cue to me. Always empty. Did I see it like flicker for a moment though? Did we see that? I could have sworn it was there. Or maybe it was something completely different. I didn't see slots happen, so that makes me think that it's not even creating this effect. Is he even running the attack? Oh, I wonder if the target directory is not determining that he has that ability. That would be under battle events. Ambush moves. First off, make sure that he has an ambush move. Does he have an opening move that he can use? Output says yes. Great. So that means he opens with action on refresh move start. So enemy side turn should work. So we have move names. For move name, available moves, targets. Print targets. Are there any valid targets for this move? None. Okay. I know what I did wrong. That should do it. Array of array. I promise you it's an array of an array. You have to trust me. Poison 3 turns. That's on the wrong person. Okay, but that's a good start. It actually did a thing. If the effect is positive, it should be the source's side if the effect is positive. The source is Slim. Is poison listed as positive? Is that what it is? No. Poison is not a positive thing to have. All right. Is positive. False. Correct. And yet, it picked just him. What's happening here? If all right, hold on. Godot ternary. Am I reading this? Huh. A if condition, else B. So I got false here, so it should be using targets. Wait. Who is targets here? Who is targets? I think this is a problem with the target system here. I bet this is going to print 1 unit. Yep. Slim is the only one in the list. Okay. I think this will work. Oh. My goodness. Already? Turtle. Thank you for 63 months.
Exclamation mark sound 37.
Sound 37? What could that be? I'm gonna try it right now. Oh, it's beautiful. Maybe this? Wow, Turtle, 63 months. It really is almost a year, isn't it? Empty list. Great, cool. How did that happen? Assign means set the value equal to whatever. I'm really glad we got that sound bite. It's so good. No, okay, so that is an array of... Oh, no. This. I think we got it. Yes, that looks good. Oh no. Effect. Invalid access to enemy side. On source. Enemy side is not the name of it, apparently. What did I call that? Opposite side? Opposite side. Okay, but I think we're good now. I think the next step is more delay. More delay. After we do our wait for condition, add an additional 1 second delay so we can really soak in. Oh no, is that what I'm getting hit with? Oh dear. So look at that. And he gets double attack power. See, that's a fun idea. So it's either he gets good stuff or you get bad stuff. Deal with it. And that's going to pair with the fact that you start the fight with bad luck and he starts the fight with good luck. Oh, good move. Good move. Okay. We need... Oh, that's so good. We can get rid of this now. We need... slot machine noise. Electric piano? Maybe not. Electric piano 2? Yes. Okay, that's not gonna do it. That's pretty good. Take it up an octave. Bring it. That's it. A little bit of like, ooh, what's it gonna be? Too fast. Want like 180 maybe? I think that's the right sound for it. It's really good. We'll need a nice ka-chung, ka-chung, ka-chung to go with it. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. That's a Dobbs original right there. Do we need like a chime at the end? A ding ding ding? Probably. This one has been a difficult. Okay, so we want to make this looping. Is this right? Nope. There's a little pause at the end of it. But how much of a pause? Oh, it's gonna be hard to get it just right, isn't it? Double check the beatbox here. It was tempo 180. Yeah, it should be exactly 2 seconds. Well, I mean, that looks about right. Yeah, there we go. There's like a little bit of something going on in the waveform, and I'm not sure what. Let's get rid of that. Like, stops for a moment. Oh, I love Honey Block. That might be the play. Well, Huh. Alright, hold on. Better yet. Oh, you know what? How long is this gonna last? This could be simpler. Click, click. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. Okay. Let's just stick with the original sound effect. The 8-second sound effect that has a perfect, seamless loop. Let's get a slots end. That's good. I like that one. Slots end. Save file. Okay. Drag both these over into here. Right on over into here. Make sure both of these are set to the sound effects channel. Okay, and then in our effect, we're gonna manage the sound effects here. Slots end dot play here, and then cue the reels here, maybe. And then also stop. All right, let's give it a go. That do-do-do at the end is not do-do-doing it for me. Also, I can barely hear it, and I don't know if that's the music here being too loud. Yeah, I feel like we want the these sounds brought up. Double it. Let's get a nice earthy thud in here. Love earthy thud. That can happen immediately upon landing. No. That can happen on the animation, because we can cue it to tie to the animation right there. Play that sound right there. Ba-ba. Much better. That's a really believable slot machine sound, by the way. I'm really satisfied with that. Okay, we need a good click. Maybe? What other sound effects do we have? Balloon pop. No. Barrel? No. Boing? No. I need one for the initial pull handle and one for the reels lining up. Not canon. Clang is too clangy. Creak? No, it's not wooden. Ding. That almost. Oh, what if? What is this one? Oh, right. Maybe earthy thud, but higher pitched for lining up? I don't know. No. Just gotta find the right. That could work. Bring the pitch scale down to 0.7. Maybe. T dot callback. Hollow thud dot play. That something, the timing seemed wrong. Yeah, it's like slightly delayed. I can't do that. If I do it as is like this, it's gonna sound like it's happening too early, isn't it? Way too early. Play real stop SFX. Let's thread it separately. How about that? And then we can add our await in here for whatever timing we want. Let's try this one. Okay, that does work really well. Last thing we need is the pulling the lever. What is this one? Maybe? It's not great. Shuffle. No. Splat. Spotlight. Hold on. Listen to this one. There's too much reverb on that one. We can't use that. Squeak. Swoosh. Thundercrack. Talk. We might need to get something new. I don't know. It's almost the exact same thing. Yeah. Let's see what we can get. Okay. Find me lever. CC0 only. It's not bad. No. Metal lever. Awful. Return lever. I like that one. That could be it right there. Versus, yeah, I think we want that other one. Okay. Let's open that up in the Audacity, if nothing else, to reduce the file size. 59 kilobytes, unbelievable. Yeah, we can cut out the last little bit of it. Fade out at the end to make sure it's nice and clean. Seems fine to me. Audio, sound effects, small lever. Where did that just go? Small lever, here we go. Bow, bow. Sound effect bus. I'm gonna preemptively up the amplitude. And then we're gonna do this as we did with the thud. All right, let's see how that works. Here we go. End-to-end test. This is it. Oh, what move are you gonna use now, buddy, huh? More status effects. No. Jeez. I probably need to set him up to not use the same move twice in a row. Ow. That was with a block. Oh. Hit him with the level 2. Missed on both accounts. All right, I got burning twice. What's the deal with that? Bad luck or what? All right, so as is, it's not enough, obviously. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we gotta make sure he doesn't keep doing that. Well, that's cool and all, but you're not even using any attacks. Okay. I think that's good. I think that's... Wait, hang on. No, one other thing I noticed. And that is the position of the slot machine. It's supposed to start 10 meters in the air. And the reset animation does not start at 10 meters in the air. So the effect is that it was blinking on screen for just a moment. It still blinked. Did you see that? Why would it do that? Okay, it's up in the air. There, it was there. It was there. Ah, because I'm creating it there. The move is actually generating the effect at 0, 0, 0. We want to start it up in the air. There we go. That's it. Much better. Cool. I think that's got it. Let me grab these check marks here. Okay. Inflict status effect. Done. Dice attack. Done. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dice attack needs to be shifted slightly. What's his base damage gonna be? I don't even know. 1? If he's using chips. Oh, that's good. The double. Let's say -1 and make his base power be 1. Because he's basically just using moves that could do any amount of damage. You just don't know. You just don't know. All right, he's got 2 really well-made moves. Poker chips. Easy. That's going to be easy. What's that attack going to look like? That one probably needs to be attack the frontliner only. And I don't think there's going to be much to it. Cash register noise. Base 1 damage. And that way when he has the attack up, you got to like, uh-oh, I got 9 damage coming my way. Yeah, this guy can really beat you up. And he should be able to. It's chapter 3. You gotta put on your big boy pants. Okay. The shuffle. The card shuffle move is gonna be very tricky. I haven't decided how we're gonna implement it. The idea is a big card will come down from the ceiling and cover him up. Oh, thank you for the follow. All follows are anonymous. So a big playing card comes down and obscures him. And then it's going to split out into, I'm going to say 4 cards. They're going to flip so that you can see that 3 of them are bombs and 1 of them is him. And then they're going to flip back and then it's going to like shuffle them back and forth really fast and then stop. And that's the turn. Under the hood, I now need to make there be 4 attackees. 4 things you can actually hit, 4 things you can target, but they are all different unit types that have the same name. And if, and then the health bar, how do I trick the health bar? Because the health bar would give it away, right? You would see, like, there he is. He's the one that has the health bar. I need to lie. I need to lie to the player. Yeah, I need to make it do some kind of, like, health bar mimic effect where the dummy cards will not show you their health. They will show the health of whatever unit is not mimicking. That's going to be an interesting thing. All right, so let's list that as one of the things to remember. Handle health bars. Target name as well. The shuffling, I think, is going to be pretty easy. And then the idea is once you hit him while he's in card mode, all the other cards go away after the attack resolves. What if tennis ball? I want tennis ball to work. Tennis ball is not a melee attack, so it should count. Same for bowling ball. Should safely work. Like, it can trigger the bomb, but the bomb will only damage you if you hit with melee. So it's like you have to have a move queued up that will effectively you know, do the thing. If you take damage, while you're doing the attack, what will that do? Will it resolve itself properly or not? We need to find out. What if you die while you're halfway across the field? Will it wait? Will it wait for you to get back home? All these questions, hopefully to be answered. Okay, poker chips, easy. Just hit with like a couple of poker chips and call it a day. Yeah, the card shuffle is going to be hard. Lucky, unlucky. I think we just need to figure out the theming of that. Just because that's only going to happen, I think, at the start of the battle. It's just going to be an effect comes down, and then you get the status effects. So I need to decide what the effect is going to look like, because we're already using dice, cards, poker chips, slot machines. I don't know what else there could be. A big roulette wheel. Kind of just spins around on its side in the background. That might be good enough to go with the kind of casino gambling theme. All right. Where are we going? Where are we going? Epic or GQ? Let's go to GQ again. Let's go to GQ again. While he's not dead. I'm so tired. Oh my gosh. All right. That's it. We got it. The attacks work. They look cool. They really require you to understand the battle system a bit to properly react. I really like all these little decals on here. I think that was a good idea. It's like, okay, this round he's heavily defended. What are you going to do? Spend a turn healing up, I guess. I don't know. It's a really good battle. Anyway, all right. Everyone, have a good night. I will be back on Wednesday. See ya then. I'm looking for OBS. I have so many windows open. Okay, there.